Ryan Raymond here, and today is Saturday, so that means it's going to be a Merch by Amazon listing reviews and answering your guys' questions day. So it looks like I've got about 9 or 10 listings submitted for review this week and a couple of questions. So we're going to jump right into this here, and as we go, we'll take some questions from the chat and just kind of see how this goes here. So I haven't had this many reviews suggested in a while, so this might be a little bit of a longer episode, but that is cool. So I'm just gonna do a quick transition here and do a quick hello everyone in the chat. Make sure my chat's running, and that should be flowing through there. I was having some issues with it last night. Perfect, there we go. So what we'll start with tonight is I think we're going to jump right into some of these listings. So the first question asks, what would you do to change and improve this listing and design? So let's see what we got. Okay, let me, chat windows keep resizing on me here, so I'm trying to make it so you guys can see it correctly. There we go. All right, so the very first one here is Hip Hop Anonymous. So I'm pretty sure that was a kind of a joke from a movie. So just kind of, but it's probably pretty widely used. You should be okay there. Misheard lyrics. So sarcastic, funny, hip hop anonymous, hippo pun illustrated t-shirt. Sarcastic and funny definitely are good keywords, I would say, for searching for when we're looking in. Let me just open up a new window. Think about where you're gonna have the best chance for ranking, so you don't have a shirt that's ranking well. I don't believe this thing has sold yet. Let me just double check. No, it hasn't. It's been up since July 30th, so just about a month now. And sarcastic and funny are what you're telling Amazon is the primary keywords here. So sarcastic, funny t-shirts, which is, you know, it's a suggested search result here, but it brings up over 20,000 results. So you're gonna rank for those when Amazon indexes you for those words. But I'm thinking that maybe hippopotamus or hippo might be a better targeting here. Hippo shirt. So that has some search volume. And that goes down to 1,000 results, and that's a little bit of a way to niche down. I would try and move your hippo or hippopotamus. Hippopotamus. I think I'm spelling that right. So hippo shirt definitely looked like it had more search volume, but a lot of people aren't targeting hippopotamus. So let's see if you had hippopotamus in here. So you had hippo. Sound like hippopotamus. Yeah, so you do here. I might consider trying to push hippo and hippopotamus up higher in your rankings here, and maybe move sarcastic and funny, and see possibly graphic could work in here as well. What do you got down here for your keywords and bullets? All right, funny hip hop puns for the hippo enthusiast. Funny hip-hop anonymous joke to sound like hippopotamus. Top trending meme quote saying. So memes always good. Meme shirts. What else could we do in here? I don't think you mentioned anything about kids, toddlers, teenagers. Those could be some great keywords to target. And then you target it as a Christmas hippo themed gifts in Halloween hippo costume. I don't think that you're doing yourself any favors by calling it a Christmas shirt or a Halloween shirt here, because it's basically a generic hippo shirt. You didn't target any Halloween themes. You didn't really target any Christmas themes. So I would try tweaking this one around a little bit, targeting more cartoon, kids style themes, music, jokes, and target words like puns maybe a little bit more in here. I just don't think Christmas and Halloween are the right ones to go with. All right, let's see what we have on the next listing. All right, So this is kind of funny. Trump hates shirts, not my president. So Trump made some quotes about windmill cancer and wind power solar. So you're playing off that. The big square blocks tend to, it depends, but I think you did well here. You caught a customer review already, so that is awesome. So we got fun windmill cancer noise survivor awareness t-shirt gift. I like it. It's funny. You're not actually playing on human tragedy because it's not a real thing. It's just a made up thing the president said. So you have funny Donald Trump insists that windmill noise causes cancer. Make fun of number 45 with this windmill cancer awareness political tee. Shirt gift for never Trumpers. Proud to be a windmill cancer survivor. Fun meme quote saying illustrated graphic design. You get a little bit keyword stuffy here. Anti-Trump, Don the Con, left wing, political t-shirt is perfect, fun gay gift for the 2020 election. Funny Trump sucks, not my president. You know what? I like what you did here. And I love that you didn't say it's, Christmas shirt or Halloween shirt or anything like that. So I would say right here where you've kind of targeted the suggested search terms coming from Amazon, I would consider trying to see if you can write this in a way that gives a little bit more natural flow. And it doesn't look like, okay, you did put in the your bullets into the description. One thing I like doing is also putting the title and the brand name. Just helps bump up some of your Google SEO right here. Would be something I would consider doing. But it looks like you're doing well. I mean, this thing's been selling pretty steadily. Looking at your BSR here, you had your price down low at $14.89. You made a sale and then another sale. It looks like you raised your price. That's a good strategy. And then you made another sale and raised your price again, and it looks like it's pulled in another sale. So I see at least 1, probably 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe 6, 7 sales this month. So I think you're doing great there. How long have you had this guy up? So it's been up since April. So it looks like it's seeding well. You're doing well on your BSR, and I think you targeted keywords well. This is a great way of showing, trying to target the keywords that Amazon's suggesting. And I just think I would try and see if you can do this as a little bit better natural sentence, and then follow it up with bumping up your description a little bit to help your Google SEO, because I think there's some good demand here, and I think you hit the niche well. The next advice I would have for you is if this one's selling and you haven't made another version of this to copy yourself essentially, or 3 or 4 more, I think you're missing the boat. So you know where you're getting a sale, so start doubling back down into where you're getting your sales. Okay, let's take a look here quick in the chat. We've got Merch Public School and Steven. Hey guys, glad you guys are in here and hanging out and watching. My view count is not working right now, so I can't quite tell who is here, but that's just the way it goes. So we'll move on to the next question. All right, so the next question here is another review. All right, so we have Greco-Roman High School College Wrestling by MSA. So my guess is, yeah, so we're using the keyword strategy in the titles here. I wonder if that's a suggested search result. If you do Greco-Roman High School, so no real suggestions in there. What else do we have? Amateur Wrestling Vintage Retro Greco Blood, Sweat, and Glory. So we targeted amateur wrestling, vintage, using the vintage style, and retro. I think those are great terms to put in there. Greco Blood, Sweat, Glory gift. I like your title. The design looks great. And is this one? Yeah, this one is Nick's. So I don't know how I feel. I'm still having mixed thoughts on these titles here. I've been trying to make them a little bit more concise, or picking like wrestling. I wonder if there's a high school wrestling shirts. See, it's not even really a suggested search result. I wonder, Greco-Roman wrestling. I'm just wondering if targeting more of one of the suggested terms might give you a slight benefit here instead of this one. It's possible. High school wrestling, high school, college wrestling. I like how you're doing it so you can get each of those when Amazon indexes it. I just wonder if possibly a suggested term might be a good one to mix into that brand. All right, so then we have click the brand name for more throwbacks like this collection. So you're telling the customers, you're getting them like, hey, if you like this one, take a look at what else we have. That's a good way to get them to look at more of your shirts. For more throwbacks like this collection, whether you're a mat technician or a supporter, this is a piece of apparel is perfect to finish your outfit. It takes blood, sweat, and tears to become the master at pinning opponents to the mat. So great job using terms and positions that are familiar to wrestlers. So it looks like you've done a good job of actually researching the niche and looking for the words that are there. No matter at what level you wrestle, you know the dedication to being this kind of warrior. Being a grappler makes you take your life by the horns and suplex it. This graphic distress gift is perfect to wear to your next practice match or tournament. So yeah, I was kind of thinking about that. The title keywords in order of importance is probably, so he's really targeting the Greco-Roman. It looks, there's a space here at the Greco. So I wonder if Greco-Roman, that does, but it's going to it looks like a book. I'm thinking wrestling or grappling. Yeah, grappling shirt could be a good suggestion right there to move up. But definitely in order of importance, as always, prioritizing your most important keyword to the front of your title and brand. The only other thing, I think Amazon may be wanting it more. I have to assume that their AI is being able to look at the shirts and identify colors and things like that, but I don't think that it's indexing them for it. Click the brand name for more throwbacks like this collection. I think you could maybe target some of the colors in here, discuss, featuring a bold font with red, yellow, and green with a retro style sunset background with a blue and red wrestling opponents. Maybe describe the position that they're in and discussing it as a graphic. I think feeding a little bit of info about exactly what's on the shirt might help Amazon a little bit as far as describing it. I could be wrong on that, but I've been trying to do things like that where I describe, this has a, sunset with a turtle in the background on a beach or something like that, and just trying to get a few of those words. But other than that, it looks like a great drawing, great illustration and shirt, filling up the whole thing. It looks like you definitely used all the way to the edges. That the only concern I ever had with going all the way out to the edges is it sometimes prints really wide. It's a great way to see the on the thumbnails, but sometimes going all the way out to the edge, I've had some returns, and I've seen some of them come in, especially on like the long sleeve shirts, that variant seems to change quite a bit. So something to keep in mind there. And in the best practices, Amazon did say try and keep it to about like 10 to 12 inches wide. So other than that, it's a great shirt. Thank you for that submission there. Let me swap over here. Trying to open these up ahead of time just in case there's some issues. Okay, this one looks good. Oh, wow, there's a new announcement from DS Amazon Quick View. Check stock levels. So it looks for the stock levels of Amazon products. Not going to be useful for us. Okay, anyway. So 45-2020, pro Donald Trump re-elected distressed vintage faded t-shirt. I think one of the words you could probably have gotten in here would have been flag. I think flag shirts are important. They do well, and it is a term people are looking for. I would try and move flag, distressed flag in here, perhaps over vintage or faded. And you could do a distressed vintage flag. I think I would consider that, because I don't know if it's necessarily faded, but it probably does do a good job in there. So then you followed it up with nothing in your bullets. Now you're targeting some good words in your brand. It doesn't look like you've made a sale yet. It's been up for about 2 weeks. So what I'm wondering is there search terms for this 45 2020 shirt? Let's see. Yes, there's 370 results. And you know what? I think your design stands out compared to the rest pretty well. What I hope you didn't do is just grab someone else's title and copy it, but you can definitely do some adding of pro-Trump, support Republicans in the election. You could do, you know, definitely utilize some more keywords here in your bullets. And yeah, you have a flag on here, and which is a powerful keyword on Amazon, I have found, and you didn't use it anywhere in the listing. Your brand, I think, feels just full of words, and it's I like I had said before, I've been trying to find things that may be what people are searching for. Other than that, how does it look on all your colors? And I think you kind of missed a possible opportunity by putting it on a kid's shirt. Keep in mind this blue on the heather blue that kind of fades away, but it doesn't look too bad. Just make sure you're not washing away your colors into the designs. But I think it definitely looks best on the black, so you're going to be good there. But yeah, get some flag in here. Just add some more stuff to your bullets that you're going to have a chance to be indexed for. That's going to be kind of the best recommendation I can make on that one. Okay, what do we have for the next review here? Wow, okay. Let's take a look at this bad boy. So we have Frankenstein, Dracula, Werewolf, and Mummy trick-or-treating. So you're definitely wanting to target Halloween shirt here. I think Halloween would be a better word than trick-or-treating. And or putting, I definitely would try and get Halloween up here at the front, because that's your primary keyword that you're looking for at this time of year by far. What do we got here in the background? So cartoon versions of Frankenstein, Dracula, Werewolf, and Mummy, all out on Halloween, searching for the next unsuspecting house to trick-or-treat at. Beware of those cute little ghouls at your front door. I would put some sort of call to action in here. You could put in there something like perfect for parents taking their kids out trick-or-treating but don't want to wear a costume and just want, you know, so then you can casually land in the search rankings for costume without calling the shirt a costume, because the shirt isn't really a costume, it's a t-shirt. So I would try and get something, boost up your second bullet point here. Beware of those cute little ghouls at your front door. Maybe graphic. Did you have illustration in here? No. So let's talk about with an amazing graphic cartoon illustration. You know, you could say hand drawn, and I think the other thing is here you have your copyright eShirt Labs 2019. It might work if you have a following where people are going to recognize that and they're okay with the logo being on the shirt, but it almost makes it look like it was copied from somewhere else. I would consider ditching your watermark there or making it a little bit more discreet. They've at one point in time, Amazon had a thread somewhere that said something along the lines of not doing that unless you feel it actually adds value to the design. In this case, I think it just kind of has this thing that stands out and people look at it and they're like, I don't know if I want that on there. That's me. It's Amazon. If you're on your own Shopify store or kind of on your own brand page, I think that would work better, but I would consider taking out the logo there. Excuse me. But other than that, I think it's a great design. Some of the things you could get in here: pumpkin, vampire, Dracula, bat, mummy with a skeleton, werewolf with doggy treats, collecting candy. So yeah, there's plenty of options there. It looks like we had a little bit of a comment back on that last shirt. So he needs 45 in 2020 in a separate form too in his title, because the algorithm won't know to break them apart for appropriate searches. He had 45 dash space 2020 and 45 2020. He did have both of them in there. Yeah, so yeah, but using that real estate, this one here, one of the things an option, if you're using eShirt Labs as your brand, if you don't have a lot of search volume yet for your brand, you could start doing like dash Halloween and adding in the niche to the end of your brand here. I've had some luck doing that with my novelty merch brand, doing novelty merch dash Halloween or novelty merch space Halloween gifts. And that way you're still going to rank for your brand name, but you can make utilization of this here as well. So someone else said they think there's a little bit of a contrast issue. So maybe the sun, yeah, the werewolf does kind of disappear into it here. I see what you're saying there. Maybe try, if you've had it up a while and haven't had a version, try a version without the background and see how that looks just on a plain black background. But it's only been up for about a week and it's right at a great time. But I would definitely try and boost Halloween as your primary keyword there. Okay, so what else do we have? All right, so we have 2020 election anti-Trump apparel, literally anyone else, 2020 funny anti-Trump election t-shirt. All right, literally anyone else, 2020 distress, conspicuous design with striking bold lettering to get the message across. Okay, so you described the design a little bit right there. So let's think about this. Why is this only an anti-Trump shirt? Why isn't this also an establishment shirt? You're missing some opportunities here. So it's not just being against Trump. Think about the 50% of independent voters that don't really want to vote for the Republicans or the Democrats. Maybe target some of the third parties on this. You could look at talking about voting for the Green Party, the Libertarian Party, the Constitution Party, the new blah 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 party. Research some of the other third parties that are trying to gain a foothold in the elections and target the people who are supporting those options. This doesn't have to just be anti-Trump. It can be an overall anti-Republican, anti-Democrat. It doesn't have to be just one or the other, or you can make one that's specifically against them. But since this isn't just about Trump, I think you're missing some opportunity to target people who are Trump supporters or are Republicans and don't like Trump and don't like the other options. So I think I like the design. It's probably getting fairly competitive. I know this sort of concept's been around for a while, so look at how you can make it stand out and target some of the other options that other people may not be looking at. So what else do we have here? Let's take a look. Hey Teresa, never late. You can always catch these anytime. In addition to merch, I've been doing screen printing and pressing vinyl transfers for many years. The average size printing on a shirt is no more than 11 by 11. People don't really like these giant oversized images. I agree, John. I've been trying to bring them into that narrower range and not filling out that side after I did some for a local business, and they did long sleeve t-shirts, and the people who had the smaller t-shirt long sleeves, the design looked well on it. But when it went to one of the, someone wearing like a 2X or a larger shirt, it really blew out the design. Like it was almost wrapped around because it was a little bit big on them to begin with, but it like wrapped all the way around their chest. So be careful with these big designs. Amazon did tell us in the last update, which I did discuss in my best practices video, which is just a few uploads ago, about the size of designs to keep in mind. So that is one thing. It stands out on the thumbnail, but it seems customers may not be happy with it. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, let me pop open one more, and I just transitioned those backwards. Not quite the way I wanted, but that's okay. All right, so the next one is we see what we want. So philosophy, perception, nature of reality. We with 2 E's see what we want t-shirt. Okay, first thing I see right there is your title doesn't match what's on the shirt. You have we with 2 E's, and I'm not sure if that's intentional or a spelling error or if your shirt doesn't match, but you're describing it as we with 2 E's and it's not that way on the shirt. And I have had Amazon take it down for that. So I would consider fixing that. Either, obviously you can leave this one up, but if you intended to have the design be different, I would consider getting that spelling error, especially in the title, addressed. Definitely going to be an issue there. So philosophy, perception, nature of reality are those phrases that people are looking for. So philosophy shirt. So there is, philosophy is a good one. How about perception shirt? 10 per month estimates. I don't think that's a powerful keyword. Nature of reality in books, shirt, but not a whole lot in shirts. So, how about this? We see what we want. And okay, so it's a new phrase on there. I definitely would consider making sure that you're spelling it right. So if I have this on here, which is what you're telling Amazon is the primary phrase, see, and it's auto correcting that search result to we see what we want shirt instead of we see what we want shirt. So if I have to force then Amazon to bring it up to find your shirt. So I had to force Amazon to correctly spell the words or incorrectly spell the words to find your shirt. That's going to be a problem with finding your design. What else do we have on here? And yep, you have it again here with the incomplete letters, but still readable. Thank to our powerful pattern matching brain. Should be thanks. This eye-catching design will remind you what we tend to see, what we expect to see, and what we tend to experience, and what we expect to experience. Okay, so you've got some repetitive words in here. I will tell you, I'm not familiar with the philosophy niche. And I'm wondering, so you got geeky in here, philosophically. I'm wondering if geek or nerd, maybe philosophy geek, might be a better term to push back down. And I would definitely work on fixing that portion of your title right there. So yeah, it's a bit of an optical illusion there. It kind of looks funny. Someone said, in lower tiers, don't invest your fear slots in obscure niches. You can definitely enter and create new niches. I'm just curious here. Philosophy shirt. How does that look on Amazon? I could spell. Okay, so it brought up 978 results. And there's definitely demand for philosophy shirts. So what I would consider doing to get that exact term, this is a term you're definitely going to want to be ranking for. I would consider moving philosophy. I would consider moving philosophy right to the end, right where it appends the product type. So you could end up with philosophy T-shirt as an exact search phrase. Yeah, right there. So that way you can get an exact search match for this popular term. So this term that is pushing sales, I would consider moving that to the end so you can end up with an exact match instead of having to go with a near match and a mix around. So think about that with some of your keywords there. Yeah, so fix the messed up title and start from there. Other than that, you're in a niche that could potentially work. It looks like plain white designs, but some pretty heavy graphics are doing well in here. So, yeah, I would try tweaking that around and target philosophy t-shirt as a keyword by putting it right at the end of your title. Okay, let me transition here. let's take a look at this one. Okay. Rebel, break rules, anarchy, live life on your terms t-shirt. So anarchy, refuse to fit in, rebel, outlaw, apparel. So we are definitely targeting rebel and anarchy as some of your primary keywords. Break rules. So what do we have for search volume here? Let's see what we have. Rebel shirt. What comes up with rebel shirt? Is that relevant? Okay, I think that can be a relevant keyword, but a lot of them are going to have the word rebel or something like that. How about break rules? Break rules shirt. So there is some demand here for that. How many search volumes? 110. So. And you're not ranking in it. In the 110 search results, you're not ranking there. I think you may have tried going a little bit too broad with your title, and Amazon may be a little bit confused. So you got break the rules. How are these other people do it? Men's, women's, break the rules. Sure, I wouldn't do men's and women's. Let me pull that one back open here. Let's see here, rebel, break rules. I would consider maybe break rules, rebel, quotes, or something. Pick which one you're really wanting to rank for. I don't think rebel is your primary one because you have break rules here. I think break rules is probably going to be better. And these dashes feel like you're stuffy. It feels like you're trying to say it's this, and it's this, and it's this. Try and see if you can make this, live life on your terms is not anything to do with your shirt. It doesn't have it on there. It's a good way of, I would put it down here, but I would get a little bit more specific with this title and not feel like you tried to say it's a rebel, break rules shirt, anarchy shirt, live life on your terms t-shirt, because it's not really an anarchy shirt. It could be, but that's not really what the design says to me. How does your color choices look? Looks good on blue, asphalt, cranberry, the red. Looks like your outline kind of disappears into it a little bit there. Yeah, otherwise, I don't think it's a bad shirt. I think you're trying to get your point across. So here at top of your bullet, that's good. So break rules, shattered text design. As we get older and wiser, we learn what rules are made to be broken. So rules are made to be broken. That's a good term in there. Wear the design as a reminder to be bold and always strive to live your life on your terms and never ever apologize for it. For strong-minded, unbending, uncompromising, headstrong people that refuse to conform and prefer to take the road less traveled instead of the well-beaten path. Also great gift for the stubborn, misfit, outlaw, or king of anarchy people in your life. So I kind of like what you did there, and the bullets did good. Okay, so this thing's only been up for a day or two, so that's probably why it's not quite ranking yet. But I'm wondering, I'd be curious to see where this thing's ranking with your title this way in a week, and decide what one you want to rank for the most and pick it. I would say to start. Don't try and make it for everyone. Pick it for the people who are looking probably for the break rules shirts that say break rules would be where I would recommend. All right, so I think I've got a couple more questions here. Let me see what else we have. Let me see. Won't be able to. All right, so on one of those reviews, it said, one of the people said, he's been working on March since the start of the year. Still no sales. Any help would be appreciated. He works weekends, won't be able to be live. No problem, Scott. So you've been on at the beginning of the year and still haven't had any sales. I would definitely say, man, your designs look great too, Scott. You were the e-shirt labs with that. How many designs have you tried? And how many and why did you try them, I guess, are some important questions. I'd love to, because your designs were great. I think, like I had said there on your, let me just pull up that question back here on this one. I would consider ditching your logo if you're not making sales and you're putting that on everything. Let me just kind of take a look at what else you have out here. So you got 6 results. So if you've been on merch since the beginning of the year and you only have 6 shirts, I would definitely start swapping out some of these designs. How long have some of these been up? So this is Grandma. I'll just kind of take a look at what you had here. I know you didn't submit all these, but they're out there. So this has been up since March 6th, and you're targeting Grandma, and maybe Grandma might be a better term there. And then your titles and bullets are coffee, cup, decanter, grandma, grandma, grandmother, labeled, engraved, metal, stainless steel tumblers. So Amazon's trying to rank this in stainless steel tumblers, and it's a t-shirt. So think about what you're describing on that design and who it's for. That would kind of be what I would recommend there. Let's see here. Next question. All right, so this one had a whole bunch of designs submitted here. Let me take a look. I am tier 10 for almost 3 months and have only sold tier shirts. See some of my live listings and review them. So let me just pop open a few of these. All right, so Dancing Skeleton Halloween t-shirt. I'm gonna ask you right now, how is this different than the other 3,000 that are up? How? Because I know this niche. I mean, I've been looking at it. Dancing Skeleton shirt. There's 280 results. And what did you do to make yours different? Why? What is special about yours here? So the other ones are starting to mix in some different colors instead of just being all white. I mean, all white is kind of dominating the top. And they're selling, but it looks like that these are doing specific dance moves. Whereas yours is kind of just 2 guys sticking their arms up. Funny and little scary Halloween t-shirt idea. Dancing, not dabbing skeletons. Are you happy that Halloween space feels really awkward? That has finally come. Let's party with Dancing Skeleton shirt. Perfect, wonderful, and unique for Halloween this year, 2019. So it looks like you targeted a bunch of those suggested search terms and just put them in as comma, 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 comma. Try and write those in a way that is more of a natural sentence. How long have you had this guy up? About a month. I think I think you need to do something to stand out a little bit more. Some colors, some words. It might work. But since you've tried to rank it for so many different things, like you literally told Amazon it's a dabbing skeletons shirt. I know you said not dabbing skeletons, but you also told Amazon that it is a dabbing skeletons shirt. So if they try and rank it for dabbing skeletons, it's not. It goes down into search rankings. You know, you got Let's Party. You got a lot of descriptions here that are pulled from other suggested results, and I don't see a whole lot that are actually describing this shirt. I think you tried to sell it to everyone. I mean, literally, you have pumpkin t-shirt on here and there's no pumpkin. So don't just put words in here because they are overall relevant to the niche. If they're not relevant to the design you put up, you're gonna have to take those guys down, in my opinion. Let's take a look at a couple more of yours here. Brooms are for amateurs. All right, I like this one. You got a witch riding a T-Rex, and so we have brooms are for amateurs, witch riding T-Rex Halloween t-shirt. I think that looks good. Consider maybe not doing $15. Do $14.95, $14.99. The psychological difference there. If you're gonna list it at $15, you might as well list it at like $15.89 or $15.99. That's my opinion. If you're going to do the round number, you might as well collect those extra pennies. It looks more natural to Americans, at least. Brooms are for amateurs, Wicked Witch riding T-Rex Halloween t-shirt. So you have a spelling error here. Perfect is misspelled. Collecting candy, BU, trick or treat, great for boys, girls, family. You got spelling errors and words that aren't words here. Brooms are for amateurs, funny Halloween shirt. So I'm guessing brooms are for amateurs is the search term you're looking for. So there's 960 results you're competing against. And most of them are doing motorcycles. So I love it. You took in a new niche there. does it work? Brooms are for amateurs, dinosaur. So that brought it down to 15 results, and there you are. So you've definitely are pretty much here first with the dinosaur stuff. Don't do this capitalization stuff on your listings. It looks spammy and it feels like you're being yelled at. If you're not familiar with, caps is considered yelling on the internet. So don't do that. And I like the design. Give it some time to seed here a little bit. But definitely target that brooms are for amateurs top there. And I'll do one more of yours here since you, I think you gave me all 10 of yours. All right, so we got a unicorn riding a T-Rex Halloween t-shirt. So I don't know that it says it's Halloween. Dinosaurs and unicorns as costumes do happen during Halloween, but I don't think that anything about the design really says it's Halloween other than the fact that you wrote the word Halloween on it. And then once again here, back to your thing, we have you looking for a sweet Halloween unicorn grapjik. So you have a spelling error and broken natural English here. Then, that's the wrong then. This is the perfect Halloween shirt for them as a Halloween gift for the mother, father, grandpa, grandma, aunt, or uncle. Who is it for? Who did you design it for? Don't design it for everyone, design it for someone. That's kind of going to be my best advice there. All right, let's see what we have in chat. Any other further questions? I think I got through all of the reviews. Let me just double check through all of these. Yes, I did. So, once again, if you guys haven't submitted a question, each week I'm doing this on Saturdays, and you can just go to ryanaaraymond.com/live, and I try and do this every Saturday at 12:30, and I'll give you my honest feedback on what I see in your listings and what you might be able to improve. I don't promise that I have all the answers, but sometimes just getting someone to look at your designs and getting some feedback can help you see some of the things you're missing. So if you made it all the way to the end of the video, make sure you like it, drop a comment, and if you haven't yet, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And I'll see you guys next time.